y'all? What up, y'all? Trying to get Rocky on camera. Rocky like, I'm chilling. My dog want to go outside. I'll be right. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Me and Rocky was chilling, and as soon as he heard the music on, he knew I was about to be running my mouth. So Rocky went outside. But it is a fuckboy frenzy in music today and this week. The fuckboys, man. It is a fuckboy frenzy. Jeez. You got Akademiks going all hard, talking shit about LA. You know, lying for Drake. Drake talking about LeBron and cheating on his wife. Then Drake drops the lawsuit with Spotify because Spotify said, nah, you gonna have to sue us for this, homeboy. And so they called his bluff and he dropped it. So today, Drake files a lawsuit against Universal Music Group. Can't take an ass whooping. So he files a lawsuit, and in that lawsuit, dude talks about his Jewish heritage and them talking about, and Kendrick basically alluding to his Jewish heritage in his music, and what can be observed as him waving the anti-Semitic flag. Yeah, he went that far. He went that far, y'all. And then after that, we're going to have to deal with Drake going that far. And then you see the stuff going on over in Dipset between Jim Jones and Cameron. We don't get to that last. But I do note that, you know, Cameron was one of the biggest haters during the whole back and forth. The New York niggas was hating like a motherfucker on Kendrick. You know what I mean? Let's see how fast he drops a response to Jim Jones's diss song. Cameron was criticizing Kendrick for taking 2 weeks. Let's see how long it takes Cameron to drop a diss song on Jim Jones. And let's see if he stands to his own standards. But I think at the end of the day, the issue that Cameron had and Jim Jones currently has with the whole Drake. Jim Jones, by the way, backed Drake even in this lawsuit. This is my personal opinion. One of the issues that cats like that had was all of the unity out here on the West Coast. How the West Coast will, Los Angeles, Oakland, how we will come together. While you niggas that's trying to claim hip hop is only your culture can't stand the motherfucker because he lives 4 blocks away in a different borough. Y'all not like us. But we'll get to that part later. Let's talk about this. First things first, we're gonna talk about the whole Drake situation and the lawsuit. I'm going to go through parts of the lawsuit so you can be up to date on what's going on. I'm going to screen share the lawsuit so you guys can see what's going on. Let's see. Does this go full screen? Let me see if this go full screen for y'all. Hold on. Can I go full screen? Or do I gotta go? Okay, I can go that. That might work. Let me see here. Let me see if y'all can read that. Are y'all ain't nothing there? Hold on. Why the fuck? See, my shit ain't here, yo. Hold on. Nope. Well, let me put it up here. There we go. We got it. So yeah, we're gonna have this lawsuit, and we're gonna talk about this lawsuit. That way, you can be up to date what's going on. Anyway, Drake files a lawsuit officially against Universal Music Group for promoting a song that was detrimental to Drake's career. I want to first start off by saying this. Before we even get further into the details, I want to start off by saying Drake has a direct deal with Republic where they have basically a 360 deal. They own and control his merchandise, his touring, his record sales. Any dollar that Drake generates has to come back through Universal. And they get their cut first, while he gets basically a guaranteed deal. He basically got like an NBA contract almost. You get signed to this guaranteed dollar amount per season, and we gonna make all the money off the ticket sales, all the money off the jerseys that you sell. Everything you do comes to us first, and then you get this guaranteed deal, and we make no matter how much the fuck we want to make off you. That's the deal that Drake got. Kendrick, on the other hand, has a distribution deal with Universal Music Group. Meaning, Kendrick owns his own likeness. He makes his own money on tours. He makes his own money on whatever merchandise he sells. Whatever Kendrick does outside of music is his own. The only place where Universal Music Group intersects with Kendrick is on the distribution of his music. So Universal Music Group is far more vested in Drake than they are Kendrick, because they make all the money off Drake. They only make part of the money off Kendrick. So off top, this whole lawsuit, as we go through it, don't make no goddamn sense why he filed it. And before I get into the lawsuit, I want to say welcome chat room. What's up, Chris? Dano? Welcome everybody. J Money, Dre, Jay Jimerson. If I didn't get to you, it's because I'm just now Nia Muhammad. It's been a lot of comments, and I'm just now getting to the comments. What's up, Josh? Natural Immunity, Wadi. Appreciate all y'all for joining the chat. I appreciate all of y'all for joining the chat. I'm over here tripping off how my dog, the minute I got to running my mouth, he's like, man, he started knocking on the door like, get me out of here. All right, Rocky, I'm going to get your ass. What's up, everybody? But Drake is going out bad. And I'm looking at all the niggas that supported Drake when this shit first started. I'm looking at all y'all funny. Yes, you. If you think I'm talking about you, the answer is yes. Because Drake has shown nothing but fuckboy antics his whole career. And if you're the kind of person that could ignore that level of fuckboy antics, either you don't have good senses about the people around you. That can easily happen. We can all, lose sense sometimes. But either you don't have sense of what's around you, or you're a fuckboy yourself. Those are really the only two conclusions that I draw. And I could be wrong. I ain't talking about people who just like Drake's music. I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about the people specifically who backed the moves he was making. Ooh, man, he talked about Whitney. Ooh, he got Kendrick. Dave Free is Kendrick's son's father. Ooh, I'm talking about y'all. Man, that was a cold line when Kendrick's manager is the father of his kids. I'm talking about when we get that deep into the back and forth. Y'all don't see which one is which. Y'all don't see how Drake be moving with smashing everybody's girl. Crying when he had that, I forgot which song in the battle that was with Drake, but remember that one, chat room, help me out. Drake had that one song where his mom was on the intro. And he was like, Mom, I think he was talking about Rick Ross, like, Mom, they're being racist. Which song was that, chat room? When Drake had his mom on the song. That's a good point. Dave Lewis said, how can Drake claim anti when he's saying you rapping like you trying to free the slaves? Great motherfucking point, Dave Lewis. Gogo says Drake is weak. Biggie didn't even sue Tupac over hit him up. Right. But what song was that when Drake had his mom on the intro? It was in the middle of the diss back and forth. It was one when he's talking about Rick Ross and everybody else. Chat room, help me out. Was that on Family Matters? No, it was a song before Family Matters. It was a song before Family Matters. I don't think it was Family Matters. I thought it was one of the songs before Family Matters. It was one of them. Anyway, he did that. And again, if you just somebody who listened to Drake, yeah, it was push-ups. I think it was push-ups. Well, y'all say Family Matters. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm getting 50-50 push-ups and Family Matters. None of the songs were good enough for me to listen to more than twice. That's what it was, K Brown. It wasn't on the song. That's what it was. I think it was. He posted separately going back and forth with Rick Ross. I remember it was in a whole Rick Ross back and forth. It was like, Mom, they're being racist. I'm like, bruh, you may like this dude's music, but do you see how he's moving? Look at how he's moving. Fuck boys move in a certain way. Let me tell y'all something. This is to you young dudes out there. And also to ladies. You gotta learn pattern recognition. People who move a certain way, you can kind of see the way people move, how it'll get to this. Men of character don't go around sleeping with other men's girls, especially a friend. Now, if it's somebody you don't like, whatever. But if it's somebody you consider a friend, somebody you've had, general pleasant times with, it may or may not happen. If anything can happen once or twice. I'm not gonna put it past people. Anything can happen once or twice. But when you make a repeat behavior and you pride yourself off sleeping with another person you like, you cool with, girl, that's a character flaw. That's a character flaw. Me personally, I think one time is too many. But I give people, shit happens. Somebody might have had a drunk night, whatever. That's why I like to be sensible. Anything can happen once. But when it happens more than that, then it's a behavior. Anything can happen once. But that's a character flaw. Yeah, fucked on Wayne's girl when he was in jail. Yeah. When you have the kind of person that gets into a back and forth with somebody and they go all the way like he did talking about a man's kids, if that person hadn't done nothing directly to you, that could be a character flaw. Any grown man that's texting a 14-year-old back and forth, even if it is innocent, that's a character flaw. I've worked with a lot of kids. I've coached girls that are age 14. I've had very, very good working relationships with some of my girl clients that were like 14, 15 when I was doing mental health, to where I helped them through a lot of deep emotional trauma. And they revealed to me things that to this day still give me PTSD about what people in their family did to them. But that was a work thing. And there was no off the clock, nothing. And then the minute my time with that client for that 9 months or 18 months I worked with that client was over with, that was the last fucking time we talked. You open up because it's a job. And even when you coach basketball, sometimes as a basketball coach, the youngsters are going to confide in you certain things. But there's still a certain level of appropriate distance between an adult and a child. And in all my years working with kids, I ain't never seen texting back and forth to any of my kids I work with about boyfriends and girlfriends and all kind of shit. That's too much. Character flaws. So those character flaws lead you to some shit like this. Now let's go through this shit. On the intro, they use Sir Lucian Grange's, that's the guy that's the CEO of Universal Music Group. They use his quote, "A single lie can destroy a reputation of integrity. And while it takes years to build a reputation, it can be ruined in 5 minutes." So that's a quote that Drake intros his lawsuit with. And so now he goes into saying that on May 7th, in the middle of the night, they talk about the night that his house got shot up. And he's saying that someone yelled, "Fuck Drake," and began. So off top, he's putting in the shooting that happened in his house. Mind you, Drake is tied in with the Toronto Hells Angels. And he's also having a going back and forth with The Weeknd at the time. Now remember this, let's go back. Drake is in a back and forth with The Weeknd during this time. A week before Drake's house got shot up, The Weeknd's house got shot up right here in LA, in Sherman Oaks. About 45 feet from where that fire is right now. Okay? Remember The Weeknd's house, remember Drake was also feuding with The Weeknd. When he had his diss tracks, he was going at Rick Ross. He was going at The Weeknd. He was going at a lot of people. And The Weeknd's security guard got shot right here in LA in Sherman Oaks. So for him to leave that part out, that's what fuckboys do. Young fellas, characteristic of a fuckboy: start the conversation at 2 and not 1. Fuckboys always start the conversation at 2. They always start at the reaction. They never open about the totality of the situation involved. So you got that part right there. And then, so he talks about that, the shooting. They said a person tried to dig a hole under Drake's house. So Drake is talking about the early days of I mean, sorry, towards the end of the battle, because the battle basically ended with Not Like Us. Although he did drop Push Up, the hard part, although Drake dropped the hard part 6 right after that. So he's saying all of this started after They Not Like Us was published on May 4th. They said the violence in the house was because of that. Okay. She said Drake trying to get the ADA attention is nasty work. Right. Make sure y'all hit the like button, please. We got 514 people in here and only 178 likes. I need to be at least 300 likes right now, please. That would be much appreciated. Let the algorithm know that you are here and you are not bots. And on the Twitter side, we got over 200 people in here on Twitter. I need each one of y'all to please retweet. Retweet, retweet, retweet. And then go to blisscapsules.com. The Amanita Egyptian Lotus. That stuff that gets your mind right. I mean, it gets you get the Bliss Capsules. Type in product code DeJuan, buy 2, get 1 for free. Alright? But even if you buy 1, still type in DeJuan. Grumpy Old Man Media says, please stop supporting Drake because this ain't hip hop. You goddamn right. So, somebody said Drake is Vanilla Ice, yo. But did Ice Cube not warn us? Ice Cube told us on Death Certificate in 1991 what was going on. True to the game. He said, y'all keep supporting these crossover artists. Pretty soon, it won't be no more Ice Cubes. Just Vanilla Ice. Although he said it far more poetic than I just said it. Let me see here.
Hey.
Remember that? Let me see if I can find it. Let me see here.
But you wanna be white and corn, living way out.
Nigga, go home. Spray paint it on your house.
Trying to be white or a Jew, but ask yourself, who are they to be equal to?
Ice Cube gave you the game. Trying to be white or a Jew, but ask yourself, who are they to be equal to? That's a motherfucking lyrics right there. True to the motherfucking game. I'm looking for that one part.
Cause soon as y'all get some dough, you wanna put a white bitch on your elbow.
All right, back to the lawsuit. So he's talking about this. He's talking about, okay, this was a lawsuit that got his house shot up and got people stalking him. Remind you, he didn't say nothing about Kendrick trying to, his lines talking about Kendrick trying to free the slaves. He said nothing about how he talked about Kendrick's children and his longtime girlfriend Whitney. He talked about none of that stuff. He starts it at They Not Like Us. And They Not Like Us wasn't even the most damaging song. I thought Meet the Grams, that was the most diabolical song. Meet the Grams to me was the most diabolical song in fucking history. That shit was goddamn Saw 5 levels diabolical. Meet the Grams. But hey, he says it's not like us. And then he goes in and says here, UMG's, here he's saying right here, in May, UMG waged an unrelenting campaign to spread recording, image, and video together the defamatory material as widely as possible. UMG did so because it understood that the recordings, inflammatory and shocking allegations were a gold mine. Spreading the defamatory material served multiple business purposes for Universal Music Group. First, the people who listened to, streamed, watched, and downloaded the defamatory material, the more money UMG and its executives will make. Second, UMG's Interscope owns Lamar's entire back catalog of recording music. The leadership of Interscope had every incentive to prove it could maximize Lamar's sales after only recently persuading him to enter his own direct licensing for a limited recording commitment of new music. So wow, he's all up in Kendrick's pockets. Remember I told y'all before? That's how I started the show. I told y'all that Kendrick has a licensing deal. He does not. They don't have the 360. They don't have him locked in a lat like they have Drake locked in. So this is just stupid for him to do this. It says UMG's contract with Drake nearing fulfillment and information and belief. UMG anticipated that extending Drake's contract would be costly. By devaluing Drake's music and brand, UMG would gain leverage to force Drake to sign a new deal on terms more favorable to Universal Music Group. Let me tell you something. There are only 3 major players out there: Universal, Warner, and Sony. Universal does not have to devalue Drake in any way, shape, or form. They can just offer him a deal and he can say no and try to do it on his own. Or he can go to Warner or he can go to Sony. They don't have to devalue him. They can give him where the fuck they want. You know why? Because that's what the music industry has always done. They don't need to devalue you. They just say, here, take it. And if you don't take it, you can walk. Because you still going to have to come back through them for distribution. And they know. See, this is the thing, Drake. And this to a lot of you mainstream artists. It's the reason why these mainstream record labels sign okay, mediocre talent like Drake. Not saying Drake isn't talented, but he doesn't write his own music. He writes some of it. He does not have his own style. He's a mimicker who gets writing and production. He's not the person that can make his own beats, produce his own sound, write his own lyrics with his own pen. He's not that guy. He's not like somebody like a LaRussell or somebody that knows how to market themselves and don't need a major house. He's not that guy. He's not. Some of these guys, like Too Short, knew how to do it. Just knew how to market themselves. Know how to market themselves. They got their own pen. They can produce their own beats. It's the reason why those guys don't get mainstream big push by the industry. Whether it be R&B, country, rap, pop, it don't matter the genre. The artists that can do it all don't get promoted. Because the people that run the industry know that person can leave, go somewhere else and do the same thing. They stopped promoting people who can do it all a long time ago. Kanye can, but look at what happened with Kanye. Kanye is the reason why they don't push people like Kanye. Look what Kanye did. Kanye got up in there and he got the white women. They were like, okay, yeah, he got the white woman. He in check. They thought he was in check when he got the white woman. Then he started talking about the small hats. He started talking about everybody. They had to send Kanye's ass to Japan. Kanye West is the reason why the majors don't really get guys who can do it all. Because they break bad like he did. Or they say, fuck it, I'm gonna create my own app. And they leave the majors and still go to the top. Drake, people like Drake, they know you ain't hot. Alright? They know the minute we pull this plug and you don't have access to this level of production, you don't have access to be able to go around and steal people's style and swag because you no longer have a budget behind you that's funding your fuckboy shit. You no longer have a budget under OVO that can sign these new hot artists and take all they shit because everything you got is from me. They know you ain't that nigga. And you know you ain't that nigga. That's why you suing. You dig? They don't want no more Kanyes. All right, and you see who Kanye came in. You see who let Kanye in the door. Dame Dash. Every time you go to one of the real ones, where the real ones are, the real ones was usually let in by a real one. The ones who go straight, Kendrick was let in through Top Dog. Top Dog Entertainment had a thing and had a vision and used his resources to plug into Dr. Dre. You see? Marvin McKinney said Drake and Fat Joe are one and the same. Right. Everything you got is because of us. We make you hot. So he goes in talking about that. Saying it's money for them and yada, yada, yada. Mind you, Drake pulled his lawsuit from Spotify yesterday. They're talking about... Oh, look at this. They're saying that after Not Like Us, basically what's happening to Drake is the equivalent of Pizzagate. For those of you who don't know, Pizzagate is the one that, the thing in the news that got crushed by Facebook and Twitter. That's when they were basically saying, oh, you had all these rich people and politicians doing some pedo shit. Go look up Pizzagate. Media smashed on Pizzagate. Made sure Pizzagate didn't become a household name. Look at this shit. This is funny. Canadian sex predator. Look. Hey, y'all. I am reading the actual lawsuit. This is actually in it. Look at this. Canadian sex predators gotta stick together. Man, Kendrick, hands down, the greatest diss of all time. Hands down. My favorite before all this was actually Real Motherfucking G's by Eazy-E. You know, I thought No Vaseline was the greatest diss song. Even though my personal was Real Motherfucking G's, you know, it was, in my opinion, damn, this was it.
Set it off. Used to be hard, now you just went soft. First you was down with that.
With that, and that popped off because of Daz. There's disco jazz. The song by Brick. I still love the original. There's by Brick out of Atlanta. Yeah, I thought that was it. I thought that was it. And then this dropped. This is my personal favorite. This song right here always makes me want to beat somebody's ass. Man, that song, just that beat made me want to put my dukes up. You dig? That song, that beat made me want to pull out my Mossberg sawed off and just shoot that bitch in the air. That song made me feel tough, dog. I swear to God. But did no ether, no takeover, nothing got this reaction. It's so bad. Drake got evidence for his lawsuit. I got David Slew's Love in the chat said, Drake said he's not safe when you put money in the street for Kendrick and hang you with Hell's Angels. He also tried to get Mexican gangs in Cali. Right. He liked the video of Rick Ross getting punched. Yeah, you're right about that. When Rick Ross got socked out up in Canada, Drake over here liking the video with his Toronto 81 shirt on. Yeah, he did. Drake put some YouTube reacting videos of the lawsuit. So, no rap song ever got some shit like this in a lawsuit. Ha ha ha. Boy. We got 700 people in here, only 300 likes. Come on now, need at least 500 likes, y'all. Come on. Don't be acting like hoes with the likes. Give them likes. So, Drake is saying that he's been the victim of hate, false accusations, all because Universal Music decided to release this song. Let's see, G is everything says Reaver UMG said to him return. I'll get to that. I will get to that. Hey, Rebecca, that's a good comment. She says, anyone supporting Drake really needs to wake up. Look, if people still supporting Drake now, they'll wake. They just got a different value system than those of us with honor and integrity. Because if you got honor and integrity, you're going to be like, well, I did throw a shot. I did throw a shot first. You're going to say that. So let's keep going down. It's talking about all the licensing shit and all that. And then it's in the background. Liability in this case is predicated on the defamatory material which UMG published on May 4th, continuing through the date of this filing. This background section provides facts and context about the parties and the events leading up to the initial publication. A. Drake is internationally recognized as a multi-talented rap superstar. Drake's career spans 2 decades, while Drake first rose to prominence in the 2000s on the show Degrassi, yada, yada, yada. That's too much. It's talking about OVO Music, all the shit that he founded, his philanthropic efforts. Then he goes into Universal Music as an industry giant. Of course, they're the biggest ones. That's how you got to the top, Drake. We talked about that before. Those of you new to this channel, go back and listen to previous streams. I talked about how Drake put the thumbs on the lever to make Drake's career. And if you go, for those of you on Patreon, I can see the chat. Y'all don't be watching enough. I can see what goes on in my Patreon on the video clicks. If you're on the live interview lounge and up, the 888 and up, I have a full 8-part series on the destruction of black music. And I talked to you and I gave you guys fine detail as to how we got to Drake, how music was built up and then destroyed. We talk about that on my Destruction of Black Music series. That's on the live interview lounge and up. The 888 and up is when you start getting into my series. I talked to y'all about all of the different, how they destroyed our music and how a Drake was created. So y'all got to go to my Patreon because that shit's way too deep for YouTube. Way too deep for YouTube. Matter of fact, the first time I tried to do this shit on YouTube, my channel got messed up for like a week. What's up, Aisha? Is that Lasia? Is that an L or an I? I think it's Lasia M. Appreciate the super chat. Drake is going out bad. Much appreciation for the hundo. So you see it right here. I gotta remember to put my Cash App back up. I took it down the other day because we were doing the fundraiser. Let me see 1 second. Here we go. There we go. Got it. Yeah, I get the Cash App right there. $sign DeJuan B1. But appreciate y'all in the super chat. Much love, much appreciation. Oh, I got a Cash App. Justin, thank you for the Cash App. Said Justin sent me said Drake's a fuck boy. Somebody said Drake. You sent me the Cash App. I appreciate the 50 to say Drake's a fuck boy. What's up, Reggie? Y'all seen Reggie on this channel before? Drake is a Canadian coon. Reggie, I gotta get you back on here, man. Appreciate you, dog. So he goes in and talking about Universal Music Group and how they're an industry giant and they're bullies. Yes, they've used their bully pulpit to promote you. The only reason why we know who Drake is because of Universal. You don't have the talent for you to have gotten through without their help. I think Drake forgot that. And this is also an indictment on Universal Music Group. As again, for those of you who are on my Patreon, y'all seen the series. Black music has suffered. Not just black, all music. Because whatever goes on in black music reverberates through everybody else's sound. We got to create heavy metal for white people to do what they do with it. We got to create country, folk, pop. We got to create the sounds for it to go down line for everyone else to touch. So if we're being stifled, that means creativity's being stifled. Because other groups, and this is no disrespect to other groups, but y'all ain't creative. Your music been sounding the same for 300 goddamn years. Black music, before music, the industry really stifled it in the 2000s. Every 3 years was a whole new sound. And I can document this. You gotta think every decade. I mean, jazz went from Louis Armstrong in 1920 to Fats Waller being the main one on the block by 1927 to Duke Ellington being the man to swing by 1932 to bebop by 40. And it's just then you got the blues and you got the Motown sound, the stack sound. We the only ones that keep evolving. So if the industry stifles us, it stifles everybody else. And that's what's been happening. They'll allow a plant like Drake to come in, go to Atlanta, go to Houston, go to St. Louis, and instead of Universal Music Group, who has all the resources, instead of Universal Music Group saying, okay, Let's put money behind this act. Let's put money behind that act. Let's put money behind this act and let everybody elevate up. They don't do that. They allow Drake to come in and take from these talented young black artists and siphon their prime creative years away from them so they can falsely elevate this untalented actor. He's an actor. They even said it in the fucking lawsuit. He's an actor. So Universal Music Group, this is your bad too. Y'all so goddamn racist. Y'all don't want to cultivate real music. Y'all want Taylor Swift and Post Malone, and you want these hack artists to be the greatest of all time. You take away from the real artist. A real artist is never going to do no shit like this. You guys made y'all bed with this fuckboy because y'all hate cultivating the black sound so much. You'd rather have this dude that's half you be the guy and falsely make him a superstar over the last 15 years, and now he in your ass. Now he in your ass. Carl, I appreciate the super chat. Much appreciation on the super chat. James, I appreciate the cash app. Much appreciated, James. Lloyd, I appreciate the cash app, Lloyd. Much appreciation. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. Hold on, my dog calling me. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Hold on 1 second. We're about to get right back to it in 1 second. Hold on. Come on, baby boy. Come on, baby boy. Come on, baby boy. There we go, baby boy. Yeah. Rocky was knocking on the door. Rocky was like, you want to kick it, Rocky? Y'all say what's up to Rocky. Rocky looking like, what the fuck you got me up here for? You good, Rocky? There you go, baby boy. Y'all say what's up to Rocky. You good? He's in here. Yeah, I got him. Open it real quick. See if he wants to come out. Just see if he wants to come out. Open the door. You're not on camera. You're not on camera. You want to go out, Rocky?
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Now you want to say? All right, cool. All right. Rocky, you gonna... Isha. Yeah. Flick that switch, that fan switch with me real quick.
Well, what?
Flick the fan switch. Cool, thanks. Yeah. All right.
The light is on.
All right, cool. I got the control. All right, we good. All right, so here we go. Yeah, y'all tell Rocky what's up. You good, Rocky? All right, so here we go. So it's talking about, look at line number 44. Universal Music says it exists to shape culture through the power of artistry because music is unique in its ability to inspire people. That power to shape culture and inspire people is apparent by the numbers. In its 2023 annual report, Universal Music Group boasts that it has a catalog of more than 220 artists and brands, 3.2 million songs, and 4.5 million owned and administered titles. Basically, it's saying at the end of 23, Universal Music Group had ownership of 61 of the hot 100 tracks. Have I not told y'all that? Regulars. People who've been following me for a long time and those on Patreon. How long have I been telling y'all that Universal is the biggest boy on the block? And you have to be in Universal if you plan on crossing over in that thing. He's telling you what I've been saying. It's not about how good you are. It's about how plugged in you are to Universal. Every now and again, you get an exception. But Taylor Swift, Post Malone, everybody owns specifically Republic Records. This is the direct plug to Universal's Republic Records. Look at the artist list on Republic Records. This is what he's talking about. Ooh, that's Cynthia Erivo. Oh my God. She said she wanted to play Storm 2. Hell nah. Look at the artist tied to Republic. This is what it takes to go number one. The Weeknd. This is where this is the reason why your Black American artists at the top of the record, at the top of the charts and no more. So Drake has a lot of merit to what he's saying. He has a lot of merit to what he's saying. But where he's gonna get fucked up is he's the primary beneficiary of this machine. Post Malone, Ariana Grande, Taylor Swift. Look at this. Over the last 15 years, who's been at number one? Now you see why Billy Porter bum ass always in front of our face. How the fuck did Billy Porter get? He is not that talented for him to be in front of our face that much. Birdman. That whole sound, that whole Birdman roster. The Republic Records. They focus on getting as many non-Black Americans. They get some Black Americans, but they want as many non-Black Americans doing Black American music as possible. And now you see why the top 10 over the last 10 to 15 years has been Universal Music Group. Just look. I mean, not just Universal Music Group, Republic Records. Not just Universal. Republic. This is where they put the people that they plan on pushing to the top. See that? You see that? Black people have been systematically replaced. And it's through places like Republic Records who've done it. Let's put a machine behind even John Legend. John Legend ain't the best of Black artists. Man, he was a bootleg Carl Thomas when he came out, trying to push his notes out. I remember when he first came out, I was like, who's this old bootleg ass Carl Thomas? I'm singing, I'm trying to hold on to. Man, that Carl Thomas came out with that. Then here comes John Legend. We're just ordinary people. Man, please. This nigga look like a dairy cow. Even the Black artists that they got ain't our best. They're like our most mediocre. Like John Legend, when it comes to soul singing, think about that time in the early 2000s. You got D'Angelo, nigga. You got Maxwell. You got Raheem Devine. I'm talking about during that time. I ain't even go back further than that. I'm talking about during that time. John Legend was the most milquetoast, non-soulful version of all them niggas. How the hell he get to the top? It wasn't talent. Every time I see John Legend, I want a gallon of milk, nigga, and some cheese. That Daddy Yankee. We see why we had to go through that horrible ass phase of music. So this is Universal. This is Republic. Motor City said, yeah, a very ordinary song. Yeah. When you look at that class, Raphael Sadiq was still out back then with Lucy Pearl, nigga. What? Man, that early 2000s class of male singers, and you had all them niggas that had groove, they had soul. Gerald Levert was still alive, nigga. Joe, even Kim. Girl. Even Kim. How did you find your way? Kim sounded like a black ass Al Jarreau With the love calls, nigga.
Where to hide, baby.
You had shit like that popping off back then. And somehow this dairy cow looking nigga John Legend get to the top. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Tank, yeah. Even though Tank, the shit he been talking about lately, Tank over here talking about something you don't know if you like men unless you tried it twice. I'm surprised he didn't go to number one. If you dig what I'm saying. Ooh, I don't want to use the word dig and Tank. And, my bad, y'all. Back to what we talking about. Nigga. But it just shows you the power the industry has. And on the women's side, what Sony had, Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys was the weakest. You had Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, Blue Cantrell, Tweet. I can go down the line. You had Layla Hathaway, Lettucey, all these black women, Jaguar Wright, that was bringing it. But Alicia Keys gets to the Super Bowl, cracking, looking like a period pad. How the hell did that happen? Oh, she got that Drake blood. They got that. You see how they did it? Yeah, Jaheim at the time. Donnell Jones, man, please. Man, Jaheim was the one. See, y'all forgetting, the 2001, 2002, Jaheim was the one that all the old niggas liked. Y'all remember the old niggas, them 70s niggas that didn't like nothing from the 90s? Them niggas hated Jodeci. They barely fucked with Boyz II Men. Oh, that's that young folks music. That's that young folks music. Nigga, when Jaheim came out, got the flat TV, the DVD, when he came out with that, all them old niggas in Cadillacs and Chrysler 300s, any old nigga you saw in his 50s with a gray chin hair in 2005 with a Chrysler 300, all them niggas like Jaheim. He was the one young nigga that the old niggas liked. Am I lying? Am I lying? Yeah, your mama, everybody. Nigga, when that Jaheim dropped, anybody from the 70s, Jaheim was their young nigga. Am I lying? Huh? You better put that woman first, yeah. Man, shit. But John Legend is the one that crossed over and made it to the top. I'm trying to, nigga, sound like you trying to stop vomiting. But let's get back to Drake. Yeah, we should have way more likes in here. 700. We still ain't got the 500 likes. We have 450. I need 50 more likes at least. So let's keep going on. And I'm going to take some of y'all calls later on. We're going to take calls in about 30 minutes. I'm still cooking right now like Mr. Miyagi. You dig? Concentrate, son. Concentrate. I will take some of y'all calls later on. So, it's talking about that, the long-term partnership Universal has with Drake. Yada, 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 yada. Let's keep going. And then it says Universal Music Group publishes recording and begins to defame Drake. So it's talking about how on here, he's basically saying since initial publication of the recording has been streamed globally more than 990 million times on Spotify alone as of this filing date. So he's basically blaming Universal for that song getting damn near 1 billion streams. Mind you, this is the reason why Drake is mentioning streams. Everything about Drake is streams. That's how he markets himself. He doesn't make music that's going to say anything to move the culture forward. He doesn't say anything that's going to create long-lasting bonds between a man and a woman He doesn't write any kind of music or perform any kind of music that's going to question society and timestamp like a what's going on, like a No Vaseline in a lot of ways, like a, songs, these type songs, a All Right by Kendrick. When you go back to All Right by Kendrick, you think about all the different protests that was going on between Trayvon Martin, which happened a little bit before that, but really between the end of Obama presidency, the Alton Sterling incident, up to George Floyd. All Right was an anthem. It was an anthem when there was a resistance movement in 2020 after George Floyd. All Right was an anthem. Drake has no anthems that are time-stamped by things that happen in society. His claim to fame is streams. The same way LeBron James is funny, them two going at it is like the pot calling the kettle black, LeBron and Drake. That's funny as fuck in and of itself. But like LeBron doesn't have too many defining moments on the court. He got a bunch of stats. You know what I mean? But he has a couple defining moments. Generally they got to go way back to 2006, 2005 when they beat the Pistons. You got to go way, 5 or 6, whenever that was. I think that was 06. You got to go way back there. You got a couple. But when you got a player like Kobe, you got a player like Jordan, player like Magic, Doc, these guys got defining moments on the court to where it's not about their numbers. It's about how they made you feel with these performances that they did time and time again. Substance over bullshit. The best way to lie to people is through numbers. And I've been saying that forever. If you want to lie to somebody, give them numbers. Numbers is the best way to lie. Why? Because numbers tell whatever story I want them to tell. So anytime they got you pointing at numbers, it's because it ain't no there's no number to quantify substance. Motown, Better Shop Around, all those early days of Motown, did none of them songs go number one. But till this day, you still hear, my mama told me, you better shop around. Shop Around never went number one, y'all. Do y'all know that? A lot of those Supreme songs and The Temptation, those songs never went number one. Those songs never went. Let me see where that charted. Yeah, Where Did Our Love Go? It didn't go number one. It did later on. But y'all know this song. That song had massive impact. Didn't go number one. The songs with the biggest impact oftentimes never went number one. George Clinton never won a Grammy with Funkadelic. Never won a Grammy. Never won a Grammy. Never won a Grammy. Songs like this.
Tether the off, we gonna tether off the mother sucker. Tether off the sucker. Tether off.
Ain't no numbers, ain't no Grammys to go along with that. But the song is still here. See, in today's world, both basketball, sports, and music, they got everybody focused on the numbers. And that's how Drake was being able to get pushed to the top. Because what do people say when they talk about Drake? Man, he streamed all them songs, man. Man, all something else. Man, Drake got 1 billion streams. Drake got 1 billion streams. Drake got 1 billion streams, but you can't tell me a one word. Eminem, man, he sold all them albums. All right, but what did Eminem say? Give me an Eminem song that has impacted the culture in a similar fashion of, say, That never went number one. That never won no awards. But it's still a song that you still hear today. Still impacting the culture to today. But you'll tell me Eminem is the greatest because he went number one. You'll tell me Drake's the greatest because he had the most streams. Somebody said, oh, that's a good, Elisino said, culture moves in silence. Whoa, that was deep. You're 100% right, my brother. But that's what we're talking about here. This is the epitome of, false elevation. So he's going at, the reason why Drake is going at, really trying to get you to understand the reason why Drake is going at Kendrick so hard and the Universal Music Group so hard is because, that means something to him. So you mean to tell me my song, another song, a song about me got damn near 1 billion streams? It has to be rigged. This dude is flipping out. This dude is flipping out. So let's look at this. So this is where we get to the point. It says, the recording repeatedly accuses Drake of engaging in criminal acts, including pedophilia. It didn't accuse, it suggested. Within the first minute, the recording identifies Drake by name and states that Lamar has heard that Drake has predilection for underage women. Say, Drake, I hear you like them young. He said, I hear. He said, I hear. He said, the next line is a thinly veiled threat at Drake. Should be careful that he never ends up in prison. You better never go to cell block 1. And it's going through all of the different parts. It said, next perverse reference to Drake's 2021 album, Certified Lover Boy. And it says, certified pedophiles. In a play on the dual meaning of minor, a person under the age of 18, and a musical scale recording that Drake is trying to strike a chord and is probably a minor. Later in the recording, Lamar describes Drake as Malibu's most wanted. The recording continues to say Drake and the people in his circle need to be served with a subpoena because a predator moves in flocks, and asserts that Drake's name has to be registered and placed on the neighborhood watch. So this goes out to academics that have been this whole time. If y'all been listening to academics talk, trying to say that this is about Universal Music Group, not about the song. Now, academics keeps coming up short. That little short football-shaped motherfucker keep losing. You keep sticking your neck out there for Drake. And academics, me and you got the same size neck. We ain't got one. So necklace niggas like me and you academics can't be sticking our necks out for nobody. Yeah, you got a stub. Like you do. Like you got a turtleneck. Like not even a turtleneck. You like when it's in its shell. You really do look like Jerry from Tom and Jerry. Like when Erykah Badu called you Jerry, because Jerry, part of the reason why she called you that, because Jerry had a little ass neck. I got a little neck too, academics. So this isn't, I'm not just going hard at you. I got a little neck too. And I get clowned for my little short ass neck all the time. Go back to when I was on Craig Facts. Them niggas got me good all the time about my neck. I ain't got no neck. Me, academics, we in the same boat. We two necklace niggas. That mean you ain't got nothing to be sticking out there for Drake, homeboy. So it says, the recording repeatedly suggests that violence should be issued against Drake because he's a pedophile. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha. And then he said, if someone's got to be, the recording repeats wop, wop, wop. Really, he was calling you a wop, which is an old 80s term for niggas like you. He talks about how if he goes to Oakland, he won't make it out alive. Mind you, Drake told Kendrick that Toronto is off limits, and Drake went so far as to cancel artists from TDE, cancel their shows in Toronto. Drake went so far as to give a thumbs up when the rapper Rick Ross's people got beat up in Toronto by the same Hells Angels gang that Drake is with. Look it up. Look on this video. I did it on the channel about 6 months ago when Rick Ross got his ass whooped up there in Vancouver. I did a whole breakdown showing you the Hells Angels crew that Drake is tied to, and the dudes that beat up Rick Ross were also Hells Angels. Violence has already happened from Drake's side. So Drake is really opening himself up in a lot of ways, because when you do things, when you point the finger, 3 is pointing back at your monkey ass. So you better be right. You can point if you ain't did nothing. But if the gang you were tied to beat somebody up, if you got somebody show canceled in Toronto, now you bringing it up? Okay. So here it says, goes in talking about that. It's talking about he's playing, this is a straight up Karen part. Kendrick is making it hard on me. Karen ass bitch. And this is where it gets interesting. It says, further recording refrains to that Drake is not like us. The recording alludes to Drake's Jewish heritage, saying that Drake is not a colleague, but a fucking colonizer. This is the part right here, is why I titled it the way I titled it. Further recordings, the recording refrained to Drake's not like us alludes to Drake's Jewish heritage. Psst.
I see dead people. Hey, monster on the beat, ho, depot, deep.
This goes to everybody out there that was saying this ain't about race. Kendrick is wrong. Drake is hip hop. I want everybody in this chat room right now, start listening to some of these names of these rappers, including Jim Jones today. Cameron, they got their own back and forth going on that was supporting Drake. Especially after they not like us. Man, what do you mean? Man, they throwing that race stuff in there, man. You niggas love running from race so much. This is why gatekeeping our culture is so important. You mulatto niggas, and I come from a long line of mulatto family, further up line. This is why, there's a reason why there's always been a healthy, okay, which side are you on? For interracial children. Now, it ain't your fault, interracial children. I'm just giving you a context as to why America works the way it works. You could take it or leave it, but if I was you, I'd take it, because you got another world that you're living in. The reason why Black Americans have always had our eye out on you octoroon niggas. This is for shit like this. We don't know when that shit gonna come out. It's all good until it's not. And I ain't got no issues with you octoroon niggas. I ain't got no issues with y'all. I got octoroons all up and down. I got mulattoes. I got Melungeons. Alfred Hoggett, the man who invented that railroad crossing, my great-great-grandfather was a mulatto. He descends from mulatto slaves out of Natchez, Mississippi. Straight up light mulatto-ass slaves. I got other mulattoes, the Roberts side. My great-granduncle, the first black senator in in Illinois history, Adelbert Roberts, he was a mulatto. I got mulattoes all through my family. So it's not about none of that. But it's about understanding that, hey, this shit goes deep. Niggas don't know when that mulatto side gonna pop out. Now, for me, the last 3 generations on both sides, mama, daddy, mama, great-grandparents, they was all the way Black Americans, but they was children of mulattoes. 4 of them were. And when I look at my great-granduncle, Adelbert Roberts, he beat Ida B. Wells in 1930 for re-election. He ran for re-election in 1930 in Chicago, and he beat Ida B. Wells. So even I got caution. I'd be like, great-great-granduncle, was you the kind of politician that I be going hard on these days? Oh my God, my family. Woo, how in the hell did my family beat Ida B. Wells? He had to be down with them folks to beat Ida B. Wells. But I'm still proud of my great-great-granduncle, Adelbert Roberts. Still proud of you, Unc. But how did you beat Ida B. Wells in 1930? I want to know. So, but when we're talking about people, it's one thing to be mulatto and still be American. Black people went through an ethnogenesis in the 19-teens, 1920s. About 100 years ago, black folks went through an ethnogenesis, and we got our shit, for the most part, in order over the last 100 years. But Canadians weren't a part of this ethnogenesis. Drake's daddy's side was part of this black ethnogenesis, not his mama's side. His mama's side be singing Hava Nagila and shit like that. What's up, Sincere? Love the guy. Y'all follow that brother's channel. Infinite One Live says, you never know when someone plays the card if they're holding it. Right, right. You said Adelbert Roberts, you're reading his biography right now. Yeah, my great-great-granduncle, his information's out there. What's up, Christopher Neal? He said, my God, keep spitting facts over here, laughing my ass off. Yeah, that's my man Chris. We go back to the 3rd grade. That's why people like, man, I tell you, don't nobody I know who support me. That means you must have been fucking everybody you know. I said, I've been knowing this nigga since 1989. We still support. Much love, Chris. We got Go-Go, says the Grammy shows his name over charges. Yeah. Yeah. But Drake's family didn't go through that ethnogenesis on one side. So Drake's family, Drake, that Canadian side just popped out on us. I know Kendrick said sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas, but we didn't mean it like this. What's up, Niecy? Oh, that's Patrice. That's high school right here. What's up, Patrice? Come on, look at that. Patrice got her acting head shut up there. That's the homie right there, Patrice. GMS said, I love how LNAs who even cool with Act didn't let that shit slide and called him out. Yeah. And I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to that whole situation with AD, Glasses, Malone, and Act, because that ties into this lawsuit. But this is the part right here. Drake dropped the Mazel Tov side of things on this bitch. He said it alludes to Drake's Jewish heritage. Acting like he said Drake popped out and suited a nigga. So yeah, this is y'all go. This is an 80 some odd page lawsuit. It gets even more ridiculous. And then look at this. He talks about people screaming racist slurs and threats towards Drake. Well, what race was they throwing slurs at, Drake? Was it the Hava Nagila side? Or was it the nigga side? Which one was it? Which side got the... You don't even say which one got the racial threats. Because you cannot talk about the whole Jewish heritage side and then go back. Is Drake going around talking about the Jewish side, but then when it's convenient, talk about racist threats? Huh? You see this? He's talking about fears of his family and himself. Well, what about Kendrick's child? You said Kendrick's daddy was Dave Free, his manager. You told the world that Kendrick's child, was not his child. That was his manager's child with his girlfriend. What about his kids? So yeah, he's going for it. He's going for it, y'all. See, this is why Black Americans have been gatekeeping. And me personally, I don't like a lot of the fallout because I like a lot of non-foundational Black America. I got a lot of cool people. Hell, told you, on my Black American, or the Black American music family tree is now an official foundation. But one of my members is from the Caribbean, but he knows what time it is. I have no issues with people from the Caribbean, Canada, Africa, none of that shit. I just ask that you give my culture the same respect that I currently give your culture. Don't come around here trying to shot call, and don't come around here trying to claim that you down using the words, using the lingo, only to go back and support your causes. If you're not putting up for the greater good of the culture that created what you have going on, then that's what I have an issue with. I don't have an issue with people just because you're from somewhere else. That's fucking stupid to have an issue with somebody because they're from somewhere else. I like people from other places. I get to learn shit. Y'all see how much I read? I fucking love learning. But when you do shit like this is why we as a people have to be more about gatekeeping our culture. Because what this is going to do is, this is going to play down the line. Now what's going to happen when the next disc comes out? We're going to have record companies saying you can't say this, you can't say that. Disc records are a part of the culture. And they go back. It didn't just start with hip hop. Parliament Funkadelic was diss tracking 50 years ago.
Yeah.
My regulars know this song. Hey, Sloofus, tell me something good. Talking about Rufus and Shaka Khan. Slick and the Family Brick. Talking about Sly and the Family Stone. Listen to this.
Everybody funkin' and don't know how. They should have seen the bull when he funked the cow.
That's a song called Let's Take It to the Stage by Funkadelic. Oh no, this is the wrong playlist. I want you, oh come on now, I want you to come over to Spotify, not Apple. Oh, but this playlist right here is also available on my Patreon. But that's not the playlist that I want. I want the Spotify playlist. This is a diss song that Funkadelic did years ago, going at every other band out there. They call Earth and Fire Earth, Hot Air and No Fire. You did? Talking about you the Godfather. He called James Brown the Godmother, not the Godfather. Y'all see this? This is old school. Joe Tex. This is the diss song that Joe Tex did to James Brown's called You Can Keep Her. It's way more. I'm just giving y'all what I know off the top of my head. Yeah, Chuck D calling me a goddamn ChatGPT music historian. Chuck D, can you do this, nigga? Call up shit off the top of your head on anything that's not hip hop. You hip hop niggas, y'all gonna learn y'all fucking with the wrong one when it comes to this music history. This is a song that, the lyrics aren't on here.
Letter, it came to me today. You said I could have my baby back.
You know why? Because James Brown had a song called, he performed the song live. He heard Joe Tex was in town. The story goes, Joe Tex was in town, and James Brown had took one of Joe Tex's girls. And James Brown performed the song live saying, you can have her back. And then Joe Tex wrote a song called You Can Keep Her. Nigga, this is the early 60s. This is the early 60s. And we can go back even further. We can go back to jazz. Chick Webb. That was one of his battle songs. Midnight in the Madhouse. In the 1930s, at the Savoy Ballroom during the Harlem Renaissance in New York, bands used to battle. And they had battle songs. Battling has always been a part of black music culture. Going back to big band jazz, going back to bebop. Matter of fact, when Dizzy Gillespie and Charlie Parker came out with bebop, the whole purpose of bebop was to make music so hard you can't battle it.
At this time, we would like...
Songs like that? Do y'all know songs like Salt Peanuts and the frantic pace of bebop? Miles Davis was in that whole scene. Miles Davis was in that whole scene with bebop. But bebop had the competition in bebop forced Miles Davis to change direction. And it actually forced him to create a new genre of jazz, a genre that we know of today as cool jazz. It started with this album right here, Birth of the Cool. When Miles Davis realized he wasn't going to keep up with Dizzy Gillespie and that fast-acting, that fast-moving bebop sound, he came up with this. Modal jazz. Cool jazz. He was like, that bebop thing, the competition in that area was way too fierce. So Miles Davis left it and created a whole... Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because competition breeds innovation. And it's always created innovation in our music. Now, you lame ass hip hop niggas allow Drake, and y'all certified him, still are, 50 Cent, Jim Jones, Cameron and Mace initially. Y'all still certifying this nigga. Y'all gave him y'all cachet, Lil Wayne, Birdman, James Prince, I mean. And now he done came around and he's doing something that can fuck up music forever. Competition has always led to greater things in our music. And y'all let this fuckboy come in here and bring in the suits and ties in the middle of a goddamn competition. Hell yeah, Nisi. Playing Dozens is a history lesson. That's why on my Black American Music Family Tree, on my historical project, that's why you see here, look here. And y'all can order this right now at DewanB.com. At DewanB.com. Look at what I have in my Black American Music Family Tree. Right next to the baby. Stand-up comedy. Stand-up comedy as performed in the United States of America comes out of the same juke joints as the blues, jazz, disco, and everything else that we've done. Because comedy has always been an integral part of our music. It's always been. Playing the Dozens, snapping, saying all kind of shit. We snap on other people. We snap on each other. Going into even the blues. I don't know if y'all know the song Don't Answer the Door. I don't want nobody. I don't want a soul hanging at my house when I'm alone. Always some shit talking going on. Right here. Where's that part? Cause I don't want a soul, baby, hanging around my house when you're all alone. That's that BB King right there. BB King literally told this woman, he said, if your mother wants to visit us, he said, because the song's called Don't Answer the Door for Nobody. Shit talk all in our music. He said, BB King is telling this woman, don't answer the door for even your mama. He said, if your mother want to visit us, tell her I get home about the break of day. And that's too late to visit anybody, baby. So please tell her to stay away. This is what BB King told this woman to tell her mama. You got to really know. Man, shit. Chuck D, do I sound like a chat GBT historian, nigga? Can a chat GPT historian pull music up this fast off the top of their head, nigga? This song right here, Muddy Waters said, you know the gypsy woman told me that you your mother's bad luck child. Let me see if I can get to it.
Well, I nobody we won't. Yes, I know but
the gypsy woman told me you your mama's bad luck child. I only get to play 10 seconds before I get a strike, so I'm trying to fit whatever I can fit in that time. But these songs here, let me see here. Talk about clowning. This was Muddy Waters' song as he was growing up. When he was growing up, see, in the old days of the blues, you weren't considered a blues artist until you were at least 40. That's how it was back then. You couldn't be considered a blues artist because you had not lived enough life until you were at least 40. So Muddy Waters was like, man, hell nah. I'm a managed boy.
This ain't a lie. But now I'm a man. Way past 21.
Yeah, y'all hear white people playing that. Y'all don't know that's nigga music. That's nigga music. See, a lot of you hip-hop niggas think music started in 1971. That was Muddy Waters talking about, nigga, I ain't gotta be 40. I'm a managed boy. I'm a grown man. I ain't as old as you niggas, but shit, let's get it on. Please. That is a part of our music. Shit talk. And y'all let this old bitch ass nigga Drake get to the top. Shame on all y'all that allowed that to happen. I knew Drake wasn't shit in 2009. Because when I heard him singing, all I could hear was Fonte. The minute Drake came out, all I heard was this.
Get it started up one more time. I got the number down right here. I'm looking at it.
I was like, who's this nigga sounding like Fonte? And no, I'm not going to buy your album because you sound like him. There used to be a standard in hip-hop before Jay-Z. Do y'all remember the standard before 1996? Before Jay-Z got popular? Do y'all remember the standard? No biting. You couldn't bite a line, a lyric. You couldn't bite the way a nigga dressed. You couldn't bite a nigga's style. You couldn't bite a nigga's beat. There was a hardcore line at no biting in 1994. And then Jay-Z came up biting every goddamn thing, and y'all let that shit open the floodgates. So I'm not about to sit here and put it on me. I knew Drake wasn't shit the day he came in, sounded like him. Oh, this is a fraud. And then I didn't like Soulja Boy when that shit dropped. I didn't like him, but it was unique. It was his own. And I saw Drake moving I'm like, hold on. I don't necessarily like Soulja Boy's music, but Soulja Boy did that first. Am I missing something? I'm still part of the pre-1995. No biting. Since it said Kennedy bring me in the court as a cultural witness. Yeah. But hip-hop inherited the no biting from funk. You couldn't bite in funk and disco and rhythm and blues. Like I told y'all before, you could not bite. That's why the Barcades were never as respected as the rest of the groups. Even the Gap Band early on had a whole lot of funkadelic Rick James early on, but it moved on. Jay-Z knocked the door off that no biting because in New York, when it comes to the fuck shit, it not always, but it keep going back to New York. When y'all say it's cool that Jay-Z take every fucking thing Biggie said, Lauryn Hill, Ice-T, and whoever else he can steal music from, when you niggas validated that stamp of approval, that immediately lowered the bar for hip-hop forever. That lowered the bar forever. I'm going to put it like on a goddamn Sandlot. Forever. That opened the door for Drake, Kodak Black, goddamn Cardi B, It opened the door for these mimicking ass frauds. That no biting shit, it got rid of all of the flunkies. When we stood strong with no biting, the flunkies couldn't exist. Somebody said a lot of rappers used to use lines from Rakim. Okay, name them. Don't say a lot of and then some shit happened once or twice. If it's a lot of, name it. But when that whole biting thing, starting with Jay-Z, was accepted, that was it for original music. And like Kendrick said, bitch niggas like bitch niggas. And that takes us to Akademiks. I was watching this a little bit yesterday with Glasses and Jason Martin Problem, the rapper Problem. He goes to Jason Martin now. And Akademiks called in. And they questioned Akademiks about this fuck shit he said. Listen to this.
I want to hear it.
Wait, G got to hear too. G got to hear too.
I got here too.
I sure didn't listen to it.
I'm sorry, G.
I hear it.
LA fires. I don't give a fuck about that. Damn.
Whoa.
G didn't hear it. G don't got no headphones.
Let me go back. Let me go back.
That's how you coming for 20. What?
If y'all didn't hear what he said,
Go back.
G, you ready?
Akademiks basically said, I don't give a fuck about California. And if you go further, because I couldn't find the clip. Let me see if I can find it on Twitter. Let me see if I can find it on Twitter real quick. Let me see here. Here it is.
I don't even. LA fires. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't even.
Well, damn, that's how you coming for 2025? First off, I was with y'all. After that,
I don't want this nigga's reaction. Here it is.
On the West Coast, but what it just reminds me is that California's a shithole. Not gonna lie to you. Shithole, completely.
See right there.
Now I see why you.
That's how these people from not the culture. One thing about us culturally, I remember when LA had the riots. I remember getting so much love from Texas, from even New York, DC, Chicago, all throughout the South. When black people were in control, when it was actually black Americans, I remember getting love from the rest of the country when shit happened out here. When the 94 earthquake happened, I remember love coming from the East Coast, coming from the South. Now you get fuck niggas like this up in there. Whole black neighborhood burned down. See, but Akademiks is Jamaican. He sees himself as different from the rest of us. So you see these schisms, again, this is why we got to gatekeep culture. Because as much shit as I remember getting taught during the riots and all that stuff, people from the East Coast and the South and the Midwest showed love. There was no fuck this, fuck that. And then if you go back and watch Akademiks full stream, he said, well, the fires happened because of the governor. No, they didn't, you dumb fuck. You Alf-looking nigga. You Alf-looking body boy. That's not why. The forest, like I said before, it's a forest that caught on fire. The areas that caught on fire are forested areas of California. For the slow people in the back, Akademiks, although Santa Monica is not considered an official forest, it is. There's nothing that could have been done with 80-mile-an-hour wind and a fucking forest. It wasn't because of no goddamn governor. Although Governor Newsom ain't shit, fuck Gavin Newsom. I don't like him either. But the area that caught on fire this is the Angeles National Forest here in the Eden Canyon. This is called the Angeles National Forest. And that fire jumped in and burnt this whole black neighborhood down. And for those of you who didn't see it, check out my show yesterday when we did a fundraiser for these fire victims. I don't respect nobody that can't at least help out, pitch in. You have a whole black neighborhood that burned down. Everything you see here is gone. All of this here, gone. All of this is gone. And he's talking about fuck California. See, we as black Americans, we see each other as one in a lot of ways. And this was a beautiful, beautiful black neighborhood. Everybody ain't the hood. Some stuff is beautiful. This is where black people live. This is how black people in California live. Or did live up to that fucking fire. This is a black neighborhood, y'all. That got burnt down. This is a black neighborhood. That got burned down. Because, well, see, what happens is, if black people is shooting each other and shit, then all of a sudden it's niggas this, niggas that. Oh, black people can't get along. Black people this. And then you see black people living like this in a good neighborhood. Oh, man, fuck California. It's the governor's fault. No, you dumb motherfucker. So, Akademiks said that bullshit. And then he called into over here. I'm not gonna play it all, but I want y'all to go back and watch it. One thing you had here, like Glasses Malone was coming back at him.
This man represent the East Coast is crazy. That man is not an East Coast guy. Like
there we go.
There we go.
Glasses said it right there. Akademiks is not an East Coast guy. My real East Coast guys, the ones who come from the South, the ones who are natives of Philadelphia or the upper Northeast, the Lenape people who still are in New Jersey, mostly Long Island, people in Martha's Vineyard, those old traditional black folks, they don't talk like that. Me as a West Coaster, I've had my whole chat room. Y'all have helped me out and reminded me that these are not East Coast black Americans doing this shit. But
you are not the East Coast Akademiks. You are not the East Coast, nigga.
You see how the LA niggas is defining right now the difference between the East Coast niggas and frauds like Wakademiks. But when you get
6 months, forget Drake.
But
when you get further into this, they keep saying Akademiks, my brother. Akademiks, my brother. Akademiks to my LA niggas. Akademiks is not your brother. And I love Glasses Malone. I love this whole podcast. I can watch it some. I don't watch it a whole lot, but when I need my nigga hood news, I definitely watch AD. I watch Back on Fig. You know, I watch my cousin. Salute to my cousin Nina Boy. That's my first cousin. I like my nigga shit. You know, my nigga trees. When I want to know what's going on in Niggerville, I fucks with this podcast. I fucks with, again, Back on Fig. Fucks with my cousin Nina Boy. You know, when I need to know some shit, you know. But this one I want to tell everybody that's on that side of the game. Because when it comes to the social issues, a lot of times when you're too involved in the streets, you don't see what's going on big picture. And big picture to all my cats that are involved in the streets, Jamaican, Akademiks is a Jamaican. And I ain't talking about a Jamaican in the form of the Jamaicans that are down with black Americans and see the bullshit and willing to fight with us. Like my boy Mark Anthony Williams, who I know, actor. He's a for real ass Jamaican he ain't for no fuck shit no matter who it's coming from. And he's down with black. I know personal, and I know other big picture Jamaicans that are like that. But Akademiks ain't one of them. He came in doing that Chicago shit, talking about the streets of Chicago. Now he's trying to cause some goddamn beef and divide between East and West, and he ain't even from the East. And this motherfucker in this podcast is trying to speak for the East and trying to speak for hip hop. He said that he said Akademiks in the same thing said you cannot name 3 culturally relevant black people, artists out of LA. I was like, what? First off, Akademiks, how can you be the protector on what the culture is and what isn't? Then he said you cannot use Tyler the Creator, and he didn't even know that Doja Cat was from the West. Don't even know the fuck you talking about. This is why we gatekeep to the people who are innocent. Y'all might be catching strays. Y'all might be catching shrapnel. Sorry for the shrapnel getting thrown your way, but you standing in front of a fuck nigga. That's why. The reason why my innocent non-Foundation of Black Americans been catching strays is because you got too many bums on that side over there. You too close to too many bums that don't represent. And they here in American culture, and us, me, my generation, we are not here for the fuck shit. We're not gonna let shit slide like the old generations did. Not this generation. Yeah, Livingston was born and raised in Jamaica, and his mom was basically a domestic that got with a rich white dude. His mom is a fucking slave from Jamaica that got with somebody that had money. She's goddamn Cinderella. His mommy is Cinderella. A slave bitch that got with a cave dude and raised his sorry ass. And I'm not calling all white dudes that, but I'm calling anybody that raised that motherfucker that. Yes, I am. So yeah, so Livingston Allen has no clue on what the culture is. Only Livingston I fuck with is Cliff Livingston from the Bulls back in the day. Y'all remember them Cliff Livingston on the Bulls back in the first 3 championship Bulls? That nigga was never in the game, but he was always on the sideline going, yeah, 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 with his flat top. Y'all remember Cliff Livingston? That nigga was never in the game. But every highlight of the 92 Bulls, you see Cliff Livingston on the sideline. Let's go! Let's go! Nigga, will you get a rebound and calm the fuck down? But that's the only Livingston I fuck with is Cliff Livingston. I don't fuck with no goddamn Livingston Allen. Nigga name is Livingston. This is why we are delineating. Right. 7. This is why we are delineating. So you see what happens between Akademiks not having any respect and not even knowing anything about it, trying to speak for the culture, not understanding that Tyler the Creator is just as much as part of the culture as the game. Because we have a very diverse culture. Although I do not like something that Glasses Malone said. He said the West is a gang. Everybody in the West gang bang. That's not true. Your environment, and that's why I gotta check a lot of LA niggas. I'm tired of that whole goddamn thing of the West is a gang culture. No, the fuck it's not. Gang is part of it. It's a major part of our culture. But nigga, I'm as LA as any of you niggas. And banging was not a part of my life. I never had to harm another black man to be black in LA. And I rebut and refute anybody that say you do gotta harm another black man to be part of LA culture. No, gang culture is gang culture. Anderson .Paak is just as much LA in his music as goddamn NWA. Yes. Terrence Martin, Kamasi Washington, the premier saxophonist on the planet is LA. But all of us people who don't bang, we all gotta sit back and listen to all these, man. Man, look, I'm tired of all the gang banging talk, man. For real. Especially when you handle Akademiks with kid gloves. Man, I'm sorry, man. I want to, and this is with nothing but respect and love. This is what respect and love. I want to see my gangsters bang on the right people. tired of watching these people going around beating up niggas in front of Adam 22 Place, and then not knowing. Look, gangsters. The rest of Black America, we on some delineation shit right now. The same way y'all can delineate this block from that block, you niggas can delineate somebody from that live in the 80s versus somebody who live in the 60s, but you can't delineate between somebody who was born in fucking Jamaica and ain't done nothing helpful to the culture. Niggas, wait, we in 2025. And this is with respect and love to my street niggas. Because we need y'all. And I love y'all. But wake up. It's a bigger world than the streets. And real life happens out here, not on the streets. Real life is going on out here. With some real shit going on out here. We need y'all to come into this fold with us. It's bigger than the streets. I'm so tired of the street talk. God damn. Been hearing this shit my whole fucking life. I was raised on the code. I never snitched on nobody because I don't get involved in shit. The gangsters kept me cool. The gangsters did their thing. I didn't talk about what happened in the streets. I minded my business. Only for you niggas get online, man. All of us bang. No, we don't. And if we did all bang, we looking hella weak with Fat Joe. Where's all that gangster energy towards Fat Joe? Pete Rock, Busta Rhymes, Crazy Legs. These weirdo ass African men about the pedophiles trying to give away our fucking culture, or alleged pedophiles, I should say. Trying to give away our culture to other people. Y'all can't bang on them? God. I ain't got no issues with the gangs, man, but bang on the right people. Please. That's all I'm saying. It's bigger than the streets. That's my issue with the West Coast. I talk shit about the East Coast. Let me get on the West Coast real quick. West Coast niggas, stop it. Stop it. The hood has been gentrified, yo. Mostly. Rocky right here laid out. All this banging talk don't even look good when white women can walk their dogs at 5 a.m. and be totally safe. But a black person walking home from school got to look over their shoulder. That shit played out. I'm speaking to the West right now. I'm speaking to the West. Most of you niggas live in the Inland Empire. Y'all don't even live on your block no more. You being G'd up off your block by a white dude named Dylan. When I grew up, Adams Boulevard was popping. I used to, man, look. I remember when I used to go to church. Right over here. This used to be my church. It's now called the Zoe Lofts. You see what it says Zoe Lofts? My church was Zoe Christian Fellowship. It was right here. It was right here. The church was there. This used to be the parking lot. As recently as 5 years ago. Zoe is still there, but it's down the street now. But the pastor sold that plot of land. And this used to be the parking lot. And on the parking lot, these motherfuckers done built a goddamn. But here, when I grew up at this church, right here, I remember one time we was in church on a Wednesday night Bible study, and somebody got shot right here where this car is. We inside where the church used to be, right there. And we in Wednesday night Bible study, and then they got shot and killed right here. Over the block. Now the block is being gentrified. And it's like Adams is now this used to be a place called Fay Dodo. If you watch the movie White Men Can't Jump, it's a scene where they driving past this and they drive all this stuff right here was shit that was getting shot up when I was a kid. Gentrified like a motherfucker. And I still gotta listen to you niggas talking about everybody gangbang. What are we talking about here? I grew up right here, Crenshaw District. This right here, this right here. Y'all remember the actor Merlin Santana from the Steve Harvey Morning Show? Not Steve Harvey Morning Show. The Steve Harvey Show, the movie, the TV show. This is one of the neighborhoods I grew up in. That nigga got shot right here. I don't know if it was this house, but it was on this block. I don't know which house it was. But the dude from the Steve Harvey Show, when he got shot in the late 90s, he was shot right here on this block. Being gentrified right now. All of this right here, Crenshaw, it's Coliseum Street. This is where that scene was on Boys in the Hood. Remember when the cop pulled him over and was like, "You think you tough?" That was right here. The low ride. Remember Ferris? Rest in peace, Ferris from Boys in the Hood. When he was like, "What you looking at, nigga?" In the worst goddamn response in movie history. I don't know, Vigor. That was the worst fucking response ever. Morris Chestnut, that was the worst fucking clapback ever. But that scene happened right here. And this is the Lula Washington Dance School. She's the auntie of my man Kamasi Washington. Oh shit. Rocky woke up. You good, Rocky? Rocky been asleep this whole time. Are you sneezing? Your allergies? I'll get you down. You want to go outside? You want to go outside, Rocky? All this shit getting gentrified. Lula Washington, her nephew is Kamasi Washington. Talking about everything black is gangbanging. No, in this same Lula Washington Dance Theater has pumped out so many actresses, jazz musicians, people who have never touched the streets. Right here on Crenshaw. And I gotta listen to you niggas talk about everybody bang. We losing our fucking neighborhoods and y'all talking about gang banging. West Coast niggas, stop it. Cause this is the hood right here. You know where most of them niggas live now? They either live out here in Fontana. They either live way the fuck out here in Redlands, Fontana. They either live out here, Riverside, San Bernardino. A lot of them niggas are getting pushed way the fuck out here to Temecula. This is an hour and a half from the hood, y'all. This is a 2-hour drive from the hood. This is where a lot of these niggas you see banging on the internet, they live here. They live in Vegas. Or they live in Palmdale. Here's Palmdale, Lancaster. Now look at this. And this is LA City. This is Compton right here. Most of these niggas you see banging online talking about this gang bang this, gang bang that. I still live in the hood. I ain't moved nowhere. I got white people coming here, white people coming there. We still here. All you niggas talking about banging this and banging that, you niggas live in Palmdale. These niggas live up here. And trust me, Palmdale is every bit as boring as it looks on this map. Palmdale, Lancaster, man, it ain't shit up here. It ain't no concert theaters, nigga. It ain't nothing but churches and shopping centers. That's the only fun these niggas have. Churches and shopping centers. That's all the fuck is up here. They moved all them gangbanging niggas in LA out here. 2 hours from the hood. You gotta go, oh, look at this. Look how they gotta go when they leave to get back to the hood. They gotta go down this long ass 14 freeway, come to the 5, go past the Hearst fire, and this is when they talk about what's his name, Wack. He live up here in Pacoima. He's from Pacoima. Wack is way from up here, Pacoima, although they did bang like a mother, and they still do bang up there. But they from way the fuck up there. Meanwhile, those of us who are still holding strong, south of the 110, we holding on like a motherfucker. Well, you got white folks coming in, you got Indians coming in, you got everybody coming in. We holding strong. All you niggas done been gentrified way out to goddamn San Bernardino or Lancaster or fucking Vegas, telling old 90s stories. It's over, West Coast niggas. All the dudes that do all that talk, it's over. It's over. The 90s, it's over. Harming another black person is whack. Seeing a difference between you and another black man because y'all live in a different fucking neighborhood, that shit's cheesy now. It's corny. Everybody's attacking us. Even other black people like fucking academics. You got Drake coming into the culture now, filing lawsuits gonna change shit forever. And you niggas is banging over blocks y'all got G'd up off of. Y'all don't even live here anymore. Every time I go past my old elementary school, 74th Street, every time I drive past this motherfucker, it's a new white family coming in. I remember having to walk, leave my Aunt Ella's house and walk down this block to school every fucking day. I had to walk this block every day to school, dodging bullets and shit. Living over here off 71st and Western, right down the street from the riots, where the riots started. I remember walking these blocks, having to dodge goddamn bullets and shit. Now you niggas are moved to Palmdale, talking about some, oh man, we banging the hood. Well, if we bang, why the fuck are white people so comfortable walking through here now? Who you banging on? Who you banging on? This block was hot when I was a kid, man. Shit get all kind of shootings and shit happening back in the 80s. Only for you niggas to be up somewhere in Vegas talking about what's going on down here. Tired of this shit. West Coast, this shit's over. You had your time. Nigga, y'all had your time to bang. Banging is, that shit's whack. It's corny. It's over. It's over. Adam 22 and DJ Vlad are the biggest names in street culture these days. That's how you know it's over. Let me know if y'all want to say something. I won't be planning on being on this song, but call in 323-744-7425. Let me know what y'all think. I'm gonna answer just a few calls. But West Coast, it's over. It's over. Every nigga don't bang. Every nigga didn't always bang. Matter of fact, most of us squares are fucking tired. We didn't like y'all then. We just had to shut the fuck up because we weren't trying to have no goddamn trouble. But we adults now. We were kids back then. We adults now. Shit's over. It's over. If you ain't got that kind of energy for the people moving into where those of us who still live down here, we got to see these other cultures come in and take our shit, our neighborhoods. Shit's over. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's going on? This is Auto Choice from Oakland, California, the town.
What's up, brother? What's on your mind, my brother?
Hey, man, first of all, let me give you your trophy, man. You've been putting it down. You've been inspiring me to dig deeper into our cultural creations here in America, you know, to solidify myself with my children because I didn't have the tools and you had the tools. And I grew up in the church, you know, Kojic, you know what I'm saying? And now, you know, I'm saying Muslim, of course, at the moment. And it's just been an eye-opener for you to give me all the tools that I need to teach my children about more accomplishments, as far as inventions and culture. So just thank you very much, because you helped me become a better father.
I appreciate that, man. That's why I do it. Each one teach one. You know what I mean? And it's good because when I used to put this shit up on Facebook 5 years ago, that shit got 3 likes. So I appreciate it.
Hey, look, man. Look, I discovered you through other things, but I'm glad I discovered you, man, because you got me for life as an ear. So no problem. You know what I mean?
Salute to you, Bay Area.
You already know it's town business, so we got a different culture up north.
Way different, but I still love it.
And nigga, we ain't never like gangbangers. Never.
I know y'all didn't.
That shit is corny them up. There's two different West Coasts, and niggas don't like talking about it. But nigga, we think that shit is corny. We never liked that shit. We was all about the other street shit, pimping and selling drugs, that other bullshit. We was always about that and rejected the gang banging culture. And now we're rejecting all that drug stuff and mob stuff, personifications in the town. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, the West Coast is being rebuilt and gentrified. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like right now, it's 20% of Oakland is what you call, FBA, from 40% from when I grew up in the 80s. It's down to 21%. You know what I'm saying? So we feel like we've been burnt down. Just being gentrified. You know what I'm saying? So like all that neighborhood where I used to grow up, man, it's Cambodians, Indians, Pakistanis, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, my hearts go out to you. I grew up in the earthquake era, the hills
freeway
on fire
series
era. You know what I mean? The freeways been smashed on. I'm from Acorn Project. The freeway smashed right on top of each other down the street from my house, like 50 yards away from my front door.
Man.
So you know what I'm saying? We had to smell death and hear those yells for weeks. People trapped and smashed like pancakes. So man, I've lived through that California life and trauma, man. So my hearts go out there to Pasadena and the other city. You know what I'm saying? But back on this subject right here, these tethers, they're here to be exposed. Like you said, man, them card readings is right. This the year 2025 of everybody being exposed. Let's look at who the enemies are. Let's look who the distractors are. Drake is a phony motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Academic phony motherfucker. And these people, and the real thing is, he never even called him a small hat in the song. So you're inferring that he called you a small hat. He really was just saying, nigga, you not from the culture. You walked around blackface. You from Canada. You changing your accent to fit in. Nothing of that was a Jewish attack. So that's all inference on his side, you know what I'm saying? But he got to prove that's what would happen, you know what I mean? But on the other side, on the East Coast topic, I never niggas on the West Coast, you already know, we don't respect niggas from the East Coast because they black fist halfway. And what I mean by black fist halfway is they turn an eye to all these foreigners, these tethers. They let them get away with so much. I grew up with Cambodians, Vietnamese, Samoans, but they was never freely to say nigga anywhere they wanted to.
They grew up with respect.
They grew up with respect. You was my partner.
One of my best friends is from India, and we've never even had the discussion on him using the word. Like it's never even come up. He was never bold enough to even ask me, could he?
Come on, blood. I mean, like I used to have a Vietnamese partner named Chung. He sell gold teeth. His family got a gold teeth store, all that type of stuff. When me and him together, my nigga. But when we in public, he ain't saying none of that shit. And we grew up like that because California got a big Asian population. So our Asians is our Puerto Ricans. So these niggas from the East Coast think we don't understand a multicultural. Nigga, we've been growing up with Asians since they helped build some of the railroads in the 1800s. But way before Puerto Ricans. We've been growing up with Asians in America on the West Coast before you niggas had Puerto Ricans on the East Coast.
When my parents bought their house in the Crenshaw district in 1986, that neighborhood was mostly Asians. And the Asians, they were Japanese. And those Japanese people actually had a kind of a code. They said that was around the time Mexicans were coming to LA too. The Japanese people only sold their houses to black people. And that's the story I told on this channel years ago, how in the mid-'80s, how the Crenshaw District, Rodeo Road, all the area went from Asian, mostly Okinawa, Japan, how that area went from Asian to black was they only sold their houses to black people and they didn't gouge us. That was a real thing.
We got real Chinatowns, Cambodian towns. We got real places, man, where Asians capitalize on places. But I want to make sure that people understand Asians in California never create anti-black gangs to attack our communities. You niggas deal with Puerto Ricans and Dominicans who create anti-FBA gangs and they attack your community. And you still
That's
get
a good point.
passive.
I want to go back to that point you just made. Because the Yakuzas out here, City of Industry, Arcadia, Monrovia, Asian gangs all over. Those Asian gangs have never fucked with us. I thought about that.
Bud. Never. Not even in the pen. In the pen, nigga, they don't even get down with us like that. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? We funking with the blacks. Man, they stay neutral when it comes to niggas. They like, man, that's a white boy funk. I'm gonna let y'all take care of that. We standing back because they don't choose sides. Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, they make sure they create anti-black gangs to terrorize our community.
Even like the Samoans and the Tongans. I don't know if you here in LA in Carson, you got the Samoans and the Tongans, and them
I
niggas
grew up with them too, bro, in the Bay. Yeah, for sure.
The Samoans and the Tongans go at it. They go at it. They go at it in Carson.
Yeah.
But they leave black people. Now, if a black person does something, of course, anybody will do something. But so then you're right. That's a good point you make about the East Coast. We definitely, hell, where I grew up, where I had the same when I said the Asians, we had the Samoans ran the apartment buildings across the street from me. So we had everybody. We but y'all couldn't say nigga. We cool.
No, they couldn't. And you know what the funny thing about it is? I don't know if it's rampant like that in LA, but in the town, everybody got an Asian baby mama. We real close.
Yeah, y'all
like
do
that.
up there. Ain't not as much over here.
Hey, look, that's how it is in the Bay then. Everybody, but we don't even cross the line with marrying them. We do that, you know, young interracial thing in high school, you know, kissy, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't really serious. We marry our own FBAs up north. Them niggas on the East Coast, they can't wait to marry somebody else outside of the FBA. Them niggas take that shit serious. You know, when you in the Bay, it's about getting money. So we use other ethnicities for power, for money. You know what I'm saying? Pimping pink toes and all that type of stuff. That's our mentality. It's never to amalgamate and be like them niggas. Like, you think Noriega is a Puerto Rican. Noriega is a FBA, but you can't even tell this nigga is his people from America because his whole fan base is Puerto Rican.
Well, he claimed Puerto Rico, so I'm going to take him at that.
Yes.
But I got to get some other calls, my brother.
All right, bro. I appreciate you, man. You're doing a great job, bro.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, man. You have a good one.
All right, now, like.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah, we get along and all that stuff, but it's a line. It's a line of respect. It's a line of respect. We got a lot of Belizeans. Like, we got a lot of Belizeans out here, too. You're right, Sincere. We got a lot of Belizeans out here. And I grew up around a bunch of Belizeans because the Belizeans was up in the jungles right down the street from me. And we didn't even know them niggas was Belizean until they went over their house. They had a little Belizean flag in their car, but the Belizeans never separated themselves from us. They just black. The Belizeans called themselves black. They didn't call themselves Belizean. And they still, to this day, call themselves black. Belizeans don't try to separate. The Belizeans have never tried to delineate from us. Call back, caller. I'll try to answer. I had a different screen up, caller. Call back. Yeah, Nori's Puerto Rican. He's one of them goddamn flags. I remember he had a flag in this video. I'm going to take him for his word. You put up a Puerto Rican flag in your video, nigga, you Puerto Rican. What's up, caller? What's the name? Where you calling from?
This is Church of Black Power out of Houston.
Church of Black Power. What's on your mind?
My brother, first, I do believe Noriega is Puerto Rican.
I think he is too. I never was interested in Noriega enough to follow up, but I remember the Puerto Rican flag in the video, so I'm taking a nigga word for it. But go ahead.
Oh yeah, especially when he was in. I remember a video he did for his birthday where he went to Puerto Rico and he bought out like 2 hotels or something like that for his birthday party, and he was talking about how proud he was to come back to his land and all this other stuff. So Noriega's Puerto Rican. We'll leave that at.
Yeah, and if you talk like that, I'm gonna believe you. But go ahead. Right.
Exactly.
Even if one parent is FBA, you ain't saying that shit. You saying that shit about Puerto Rico, not here. So nigga, you Puerto Rican. Go ahead.
Right. If it's your home, that's your home.
Yeah.
Stand on that business. But I wanted to talk about academics because these type of people, and this is one of the reasons why my moniker is the Church of Black Power, because Black empowerment is my religion. You get what I'm saying? So people like him who come to this country and then masquerade as one of us and then turn around and see something happen to our people out in California, our people out in Los Angeles, and then have the nerve to turn his nose up and say, forget those people. I don't give a damn about California. Man, I promise you, if I ever see academics, I'm going to slap them in the face. That's all my life. God dang it. I grew up, most of my family is from the Jordan Down Projects. I grew up off of 92nd and Barron Cross. During the time that...
right there in Vermont.
Yes, sir. Right. I was right across the street from Bret Hart Middle School. Right across the street.
Ooh, Bret Hart ain't shit. Wasn't shit then and ain't shit now.
And you ain't lying, my brother.
Man, Bret Hart, that's one of the worst. And I'm telling chat room, if you ever meet somebody who went to middle school at Bret Hart Middle School, Bret Hart, Audubon, Horace Mann, hey, shit. But, yeah, God, right. But go ahead.
But I grew up right around the time I used to see Freeway Rick Ross. He used to come right across the street to my neighbors, the Youngbloods. And they used to he used to chop it up all the time. He was one of the people who would see all the kids and he'd give us like $5 a piece, or he'll stop the ice cream truck and buy all the ice cream for folks. But when it came down to any of us trying to get around, the gang activity or the dope dealer, he would deny us. He would push us away and tell you, I'll tell your mama on you. That's the type of situation I grew up in. So I understand gang culture to that extent, to where a lot of the people that I knew growing up who were in gangs was that kind of people. They would literally protect the youngins, make sure that everybody in the hood that they had love for was good. You get what I'm saying? But nowadays it's just a glorified pissing show. That's it. And then other people from other states see a glorified pissing show, and then they say, you know what, I want to mimic that pissing show. So then it goes across the United States of America, and then it spreads to the point where people are thinking, well, this is what I want to be, when they don't even understand the beginnings of that culture.
Right. And not that they don't understand it, the more disrespectful part is they don't take time to learn it. It's like, if you want to know where hip hop come from, the books are all over the fucking place, you know? They don't even want to take time to learn it. If you want to read, documentaries are all over the place. Learn it.
They only want to know as much as they know, right? So they only want to go so far so that they can get into conversations and sound like they're knowledgeable. This is how academics even became a big name. Nobody was messing with academics. He had to come through us. And most of these folks, that's the thing. They don't get any type of support from their own people, so they have to go through us. So for academics or anybody else to talk about anything, I don't give a damn if it's the fires, gang culture, or anything. You need to keep your damn mouth shut, period, because you don't know shit about our culture. And you don't want to learn about the culture. You're using what you hear from everyone else. You use the same stereotypes in order to denigrate our culture. So if I ever see that dude, and this is word to my mother, like I'm from New York, I will slap this dude in his fucking
Right.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you for the call, man. Have a good one. Yeah, academics ain't shit. Reyes said no, his background always changes when he says his lineage. Real talk. Academics does not respect the culture, and this is gonna be a bad year for him if he don't learn some respect. This 9 to Hearts ain't no joke. What's up, caller? What's the name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Dewan B, man? This Debo, man, out of L.A.
What's up, Debo?
Yeah, man. I wanted to call, man, and talk about the tether, man. Academics, man, because I kind of been on the dude head for a while, man. You know what I'm saying? He's been saying a lot of anti-black FBA comments, man, over the years. I don't know how cool you is with Flacco, but Flacco, another one, he always got something negative to say about, the hip-hop culture and the L.A. Gang culture in general out here. You know what I'm saying? Him, Flacco, they always got something real slick to say, man. You know, just like I was hearing them Chicago dudes, man. I seen a video of the Chicago dudes had jumped on and got in getting ready to whoop, I call him Academic, getting ready to whip Academic ass when he was working for the Revolt little show or whatever, getting ready to whip his ass. They saying, man, why you making videos narrating and instigating gang beefs and gang situations that go on in Chicago, man? You know, you need to stop doing that, man. You know what I'm saying? He said, I got people that, I have family and friends that passed away with those beefs, and you making a mockery out of it. Because if you were doing a show in Chicago, man, you'd been got pressed or probably knocked down.
Real talk.
And then, and as for Flacco go, I don't know how cool he is with them cats out there, but Flacco be saying a little slick stuff, man. Speaking up on the game politics, and he don't even understand the culture. That's what I'm saying, Dewan B. Man, these folks, man, they. I guess the system is bigging up these tethers with these YouTube channels and all that. You know what I'm saying? These little podcasts, trying to bid them up and trying to get. I really want to know who are the goofy weirdos that's making these tethers relevant in our culture, bro.
Other goofy. Remember what Kendrick said? Bitch niggas like bitch niggas. Those are the ones. The other tethers.
Off top.
And you gotta understand that it's a lot of this stuff. A lot of white people listen to academics. Them goofy ass wiggers. They listen.
And you know what? And you know what too?
Those are the ones that already listen to them.
Too, the one B. The youngsters too, because I caught my son was listening to that other tether, Kai Sanat, and my son didn't really understand it, dude. I said, hey, I said, son, you be checking him out? Oh, on sometime. He said, but I'm not subscribed to him. I said, nah, man. I said, why would you listen to a cat, man, that has big vitriol towards your culture? You know what I'm saying? I said, the man said that y'all don't have no culture, meaning that the black Americans, the fellow black Americans don't have no culture. Why would you even listen to a dude that's gonna get in the shower with his homeboy? Like that's cool. That ain't cool. We don't condone that. The boy Kai Sanat, another tether, he got in the shower with his homeboy and tried to go viral like that. I said, what? Son, oh God, bro. Y'all better go look and check the video out. Man. The boy got in the shower with his homeboy. Right, they in the shower. His homeboy, Kai Sanat in the shower, and his homeboy got in the shower with him, and he taking the sponge and squeezing the sponge all over his body like that's supposed to go viral. That's supposed to be a joke. I told my son, I said, man, don't never look at this dude no more. I said, don't never condone that this dude no more, because we don't even get down like that in our culture. We don't do no sex plays, no joke. We don't even get down like that. You see these other people that come from these other places, these immigrant backgrounds, anchor babies, they play like that as a joke. We don't do that. See, we have a whole different type of culture than these folks. You understand what I'm saying?
A whole different culture, my man.
And goofball, we don't even rock that way. We don't rock with that moist games. We don't play them moist games. It ain't that we homophobic. It's just that our culture is a little different than everybody else,
It's
and that's
a little different, my man.
You know what I'm saying? And another thing I wanted to say, man, to all Angelinos, man, FBA Angelinos that home was, affected by the LA fires, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, I hope all God is with you and all the blessings to you, and I hope everything works out, man. And I hope the insurance money, they give you some type of money, man. You know, to help build up your homes back. You know what I'm saying? And another thing I wanted to say,
that's enough. I gotta get going, my brother.
Bet. Okay, all right, no doubt. B1.
Yes, sir, man. You have a good one. Salute to that brother, but we'd have been 15 more another thing. And I gotta get up out of here. My dog, you ready to go piss? But I want to salute the Cash Apps. I'm late. I'm like an hour late. Coon Killer, appreciate you, my brother. Al Solomon, appreciate the Cash App. If you saw me at the reparations battle, that's what's up. Simone, appreciate the Cash App. Much appreciation on the Cash Apps. Close up Skype, because I got to get up out of here. Yeah, Debo was cooking. Debo was cooking like a motherfucker. Yeah, he was. But my dog looking like he ready to go piss. And I usually do 2 hours, hour and a half, and now I'm coming up on 3. And this dog looking like, nigga, I'm ready to lift my leg, homeboy. But we about to get up out of here, but you see what happened. You see why it's so important to gatekeep the culture. BlissCapsules.com. Type in product code DeWanB. Buy 2, get 1 for free. Go to DeWanB.com. You can go to DeWanB.com later. And go to the shop. Reparations now. The Black American Music Family Tree. And also my John Henry Clark. Black people don't owe anybody anything but an ass whooping. You can get that right now at DeWanB.com. Rocky needs to get walked. Rocky like, nigga, I've been chilling long enough. Y'all see my doggy been here the whole time, ain't barked, ain't bothered me. Now I'm about to take my little nigga for a walk. Let him piss. Yeah, book your car reading at breakthroughcards.com. I appreciate y'all for joining. Remember, there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those willing to pick up the game. We out.